Have you spent years trying to improve yourself and still felt like you were starting over? Not because you didn't care, because you did. You watched the video, you read the book, you bought the journal, you built the perfect schedule, but started over on a Monday more times than you can count. And every time you told yourself this time will be different. And for a few days, it feels true, you feel motivated, confident, and clear. Then the alarm ring, you hit snooze, the notebook stay closed, and somehow you ended up right back where you started. For years, I thought I had a discipline problem. I thought I needed more motivation, more consistency, another system. But eventually, a question wouldn't leave me. If information created change, why are the people consuming the most self-improvement often the same people who felt the most stuck? So I stopped asking, how do I become disciplined, and started asking something entirely different. What if the feeling of improving isn't the same thing as improving? That question changed how I see almost everything I consume now. So think about the last time you ordered something online, right? It hasn't arrived yet, you haven't opened it, nothing in your life have changed. But the second you hit place order, you feel good. You picture using it, you already feel a little rewarded because nothing has actually happened yet. Your brain does this because it evolved to reward possibility, not just results. Things like seeing food in a distance, believing tomorrow could be better than today, those feelings kept us moving forward before we had proof. But here's the problem. Modern self-improvement accidentally hijacked this exact system. Every change your life video lets you simulate a better future for a few minutes. You can almost see yourself becoming that person. And your brain starts responding to a future you haven't earned yet. And once your brain has already tasted part of the reward, why would it feel urgent about the actual work required to actually earn it? I used to think I was addicted to procrastination. I wasn't. I was addicted to preparation. They are not the same thing. Procrastination feels guilty, but you see preparation, the opposite. It actually feels productive, which is exactly what makes it more dangerous. It lets you believe you are moving while completely standing still. Researching, planning, organizing, optimizing, none of it is bad until it actually replaces the thing it was supposed to prepare you for, that is actually doing the work. I asked myself something I almost didn't want to answer. If someone watched a hidden camera replay of my last 30 days, would they say I was changing or just preparing to change? My calendar was full of intention, but my life, it was starving for evidence. That's the moment I understood. Feeling of progress have finally replaced progress itself. An idea from an author, James Clear, in Atomic Habits that I've read before. It says, every action you take is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. I started to think about the action I was taking. What identity was I voting for? Because every time I watch another video instead of acting on the last one, I wasn't practicing discipline, I was practicing consumption. Every hour spent imagining the type of person I wanted to become was still a vote. That is to say, I was voting for the kind of person who actually consume rather than execute. You know what? Your brain doesn't wake up asking what your goals are. It actually checks what you repeatedly do. And whatever your action gives, your identity eventually believes. That's why one finished workout changes you more than 10 motivational videos. One imperfect video published changes you more than 50 imperfect one planned. Evidence is believable, but you see intention, they are not. So how do you escape an illusion like this? Not by avoiding self-improvement. You know what? Learning isn't the enemy here. The problem was never what I consumed, it was what I counted as progress. So I made one rule. Nothing I consume counts as growth until it changes what I do. But even that rule had a loophole because I could still lie to myself with vague answers. So I made the question even sharper. Not what did I learn, not what will I do differently. Those are still feeling wearing the costume of a plan. Now I ask, what thing will exist because I watched this video? Like, what exact thing can I do or implement because I've watched this video? Not I'll reach out more, send that message. Not I'll start journaling. Actually sit down, carry your pen, and actually write something. Not I will get into shape because I do tell myself that one, just stand up and actually do something. If you can name one thing you can actually do, you just got entertained. Real transformation always leaves something behind you can point to. It rarely feels dramatic at the moment, but when you continue doing it, it accumulates and it becomes something you can't argue with. So let's go back to where we started. You don't have a discipline problem. Do you understand? Sorry. You don't have a discipline problem. You have an illusion problem. Your brain rewarding the feeling of change before it have earned the real thing. Every time you consume something and feel that rush of possibility, you are testing a reward you haven't paid for yet. And the moment your brain tests it early, it loses urgency for the harder reward waiting on the other side of action. That's not procrastination, that's preparation dressed up as progress. You keep researching, you keep organizing, you keep planning and planning and planning. All these things feels productive until you found out that you are still standing completely still. Nothing has actually changed. Every time you choose consuming, overdoing, You're not even staying neutral. You're actually casting a vote for the kind of person who continues to consume or who continues to plan without executing. You are giving yourself an identity. And you know what? Right now, you're about to prove my point. Because in about 10 seconds, YouTube is going to offer you on that video something that looks useful, something that looks like the responsible next step. And your thumb is already deciding to click it or not. If this made you think about something you have been putting on hold, what exactly is making you wait? And I keep saying it, what exactly is making you wait? Just something that exists in the next 5 minutes because of this video. Because your life was never keeping score of the videos you watched. It only ever kept record of what you repeated. And I'll see you in my next video.